常刺激且需高度团队配合的运动，被誉为最刺激的水上运动项目。每位
All right, and we are back for our evening games. Up first we have our 5th versus 6th playoff coming up next. After that we will have our semi-final game. So we will have our 2nd place and our 3rd place teams, the Jawas Wolves and the Caton Hippos. And then our final game will be 1st place versus 4th place, the Leader Tigers taking on the Yonhan Blue Helmets. This first game, 5th versus 6th, bit of bragging rights between the two teams, for they are out of the semi-finals. This is their final game for CPSL 2019. For those that were watching earlier today, you would have seen the Bulls get a win to take them equal points on 4th, but unfortunately they only won by 1 goal. They needed to win by 3 to beat the Blue Helmets on goal difference and go through to the final. The Commandos, they got a draw to make it equal as well in that 4th place, but again, goal difference just not falling in their favour. And the Blue Helmets retained that 4th place and that spot in the semi-final coming up later. Both teams lining up in the centre for their introductions. They'll then have a quick warm-up before we get these games underway. Introducing the Jinzhou Bulls first, number 1 from Singapore, Po Yu Zhuan. Number 4 from the Netherlands, Stivo Hergele. Number 5 from France, Jeremy Ascaf. Number 7 from Italy, Gianmarco Emanuele. Number 8 from Russia, Vladimir Satarov. The captain of the Jinzhou Bulls, number 10 from New Zealand, Anthony Barronson-Vanooy. And from Spain, number 11, Vicente Claramonte. Introducing the Tudushao Commandos now, number 3 from China, homeboy from Ningbo, Qiu Shen. Number 4 from Spain, Alejandro Valls. Number 5 from Australia, Anton Holmes. Number 7 from Russia, Igor Zandarov. Number 8 from Germany, Mario Kupas. And the captain of the Tudushao Commandos from England, number 9, Ed Lard. Number 10 from Germany, Holger Diedrich. And number 11 from France, Mathieu Lelalio. Referees for this first game, Chi Chi Lu from Chinese Taipei and Alan Winter from Wales. Alright, and joining me in commentary for this first half, number 8 for the Leader Tigers, Joshua Vivian from New Zealand. Joshua, how are you?
Good, thanks.
How have you found CPSL 2019 Season 2?
It's been a pretty good experience so far. Pretty eye-opening. Yeah.
So we heard from a couple of people earlier that this is indeed your second international trip, I believe?
Yeah, it's my second trip overseas playing polo.
So your first one was Oceania earlier this year in Australia?
First, in Sydney this beginning of this year. This is my second overseas thing. Pretty big, but pretty excited to be here.
Well, you've had some pretty good stats this season, a couple of early goals in your first couple of games, so a bit of confidence boost there?
Yeah, it was pretty good to score a couple of goals in our first game. Bit of confidence to keep going.
And how have you found the Tigers this season?
Oh, Tigers have been great to play for. Such a good team.
Big thanks to all the sponsors that we have for CPSL 2019. Great all of the support that we receive in China and throughout the world. For those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, please leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Shout out to everyone, especially in Australia and New Zealand.
Big shout out to New Zealand.
So 5th versus 6th, Josh. How do you think to try and get one final win on the board?
Yeah, of course. I don't think anyone really wants to come last. So I think that both teams are going to be going pretty hard for the win.
Any predictions from you?
6-4 to
Thinking the Commandos have the upper hand? Why's that?
score a couple of goals, maybe Mario on the inside. Be good to see.
Yeah, it'd be good to see some leadership from number 9 for the Commandos, Ed Lart, current under-21 world champion.
Needs to lead from the front.
The Bulls have been racking up the number of shots, especially from Jean-Marco. So we'll see that will most likely continue into this game.
He has scored a couple very nice goals.
He has. And he has taken some outrageous shots. Polo is 90% confidence though. Alright, we have our teams just wrapping up their warm-up. They're going to have one last chat, a bit of a chant to pump themselves up, and we'll get this game underway. So we do have an interesting lineup between these two teams as far as stats go. The Bulls have rated the highest number of shots for this season to a total of 96 over 6 games. That is a pretty decent feat. Commandos, on the other hand, one of the lowest, currently just under 60. But the Commandos do have a very strong defense and are very good in attack with that duo, German duo of Hippos and Diedrich just creating the space. But we have the charge start here now. Ed Lart representing for the Commandos, but Jean-Marco just powering ahead and easily getting there before him.
Ed looking just a bit tired out there. End of a long season.
Yeah, we've been dragging Ed out of bed at 6 AM every morning to get those early morning runs to meet his fitness targets for the England team, but maybe taking their toll on his game here. And the first shot blocked there for a corner. Balls with Jean-Marco. He does go for the shot, even though it's through 4 paddles. Falls for the Commandos. Cooper's trying to feed it through, but it's loose. Jean-Marco pounces on. He's got an open goal. Not sure if that hit the upright or was kept out by the keeper, but has fallen for the Commandos again. Now with Holmes. Over to Zandarov. Going to try and feed it through to his captain. Head's been stopped there by Vicente. Now with Choshan. Crowd incredibly receptive to their homeboy from Ningbo this afternoon. Equally as loud for him in this game this evening.
Oh, Mario's going to light this up.
Feeds it through nicely into Zandarov. He's only got 2 paddles to get through. Oh, just off the bottom side of the bar. Unlucky there for the Russian. He did have the keeper beat, just needed to put it a little bit higher. Great feed in from Mario Coopers though. Lovely feed there from Escaf to his captain. Back to Escaf. Oh, and we have our first goal of the game. Great work from the Frenchman, number 5, Jeremy Escaf. Creating that space on the left-hand side, feeding it to his captain, back to him. Take his time, putting it past the goalie. So we've seen both of these teams reverting back to a 3-1 defence. A bit more conservative than we saw both of them playing in their previous game when they were trying to vie for that 4th spot. But now both of them to be as aggressive, just looking to get the win, keeping that defence nice and tight. Marco just trying to see if he can get it round the back of Coopers, but sends it back out again. Vicente with the shot, but it's blocked down. Commandos have it now with Alejandro. Sends it over the other side to Holger.
Oh, shoot that.
Looking for the long shot. Oh, just wide. Uncharacteristic for the German to be off target, but maybe the pressure of their final game getting to him. Nice lobbed ball across to Cuppy. His shot just deflected over. Referee's just not seeing the deflection, but lovely sportsmanship from the goalkeeper for the Commandos. Anton Holmes to just let the referee know that he did get a touch on that. And the Bulls have called their timeout for this half. They do get 1 per half, each team. So they're going to just sit here, have a little bit of a chat, come up with what they're going to do on this immediate attacking play, and also maybe change up a few things for the second half of this first half.
Plenty of fans out there tonight.
Yeah, great to see them all supporting the competition here in Ningbo. We did visit a school earlier this week. Josh was fortunate enough to be playing in that game against the Hippos. Tigers winning with a goal in the last 3 seconds of the game. But yeah, a lot of enthusiasm for canoe polo as a sport with a lot of schools here. relatively small city, Ningbo, in comparison to other Chinese cities, only 8 million. A lot of other people around the world will see that as quite a large number though. Now with Hergele, feeds it into Escaf. Oh, an excellent second goal there for the Frenchman. So that's 2 goals in this first half. Bulls are leading the Commandos 2-0. Great drive down the middle, splitting the defence. Oh, and a nice goal there from Igor Zandarov for the Commandos. Just driving down that left-hand side. Mario Cooper's keeping Cuppy busy. The shot just going over his head and into that goal.
Will he shoot it?
Yes, he will. But it is blocked. So they have turned over the ball back to the Commandos very quickly. Anton just deciding to send it back out. We did see him try the round arm in his previous game, but wasn't particularly successful, so probably not going to try it again. Again on that side. Now got 2 on him. Has feeded across to his goalkeeper Paul. Got a bit of space. Is he going to go for the shot? He does, but great save there from Anton Holmes. Captain of the Bulls, Anthony Barron-Savinoy, just wanting to clarify a few things with the ref. Stivo Hergele with his trademark faking shot. The captain to get that loose ball, but now with Lalalio for the Commandos. Bulls are pressing out, applying some pressure to stop that fast break. Looks like they have gone for a full press as well, so pressure on these Commandos. Arguably the Bulls are the fitter team. This time paying off with the quick shot going over. Escaf with the long shot just off the top of the bar, nearly bouncing in. The Lalio shot, oh, lovely goal there.
Great shot.
Seems to be the Frenchman stealing the show in this game. 2 goals to Jeremy Escaf, 1 to Lalio. out on the left-hand side with the Gianmarco. His shot blocked out for another corner. Just loose ball there. And unfortunately, a little too aggressive, I think, from Gianmarco, so giving away the foul there, and the Commandos have the ball. One minute left in this first half. Commandos in attack. It is 2 goals each. On Toshen's shot blocked. .30 left. Lovely long ball down to Escaf from the Frenchman. It is picked up by Valls. Great work from the Spaniard to keep the ball being pressed by 2 Bulls. .15 left in this first half now. Commandos with one last attacking option. 10 seconds. Over to Lalio.
Lights it up.
His shot blocked out. There is 5 seconds left with this corner though, so they will have the chance to try and get the ball back in and get another shot off. Great block there from Vicente.
Off the bar by Ed.
Edlart's shot just off the bar, and that is the first half done. So scores are level, 2 goals each. The Bulls probably not as happy with that as they'd like, considering they did have a lot of the possession and attacking threat in this first half. But thank you very much for joining me for this first half, Josh.
That's all right.
Ready for the charge start for this second half. Jeremy Ascaf taking on Alejandro Valls. And Alejandro gets the win on that charge start, so Commandos starting with the ball. Joining me in commentary for this second half, another New Zealand Kiwi, this time the captain of the Blue Helmets, Alex Lowen. Alex, how are you?
Fantastic, mate. Pleasure to be back. How are you?
I'm good. Congratulations on maintaining that 4th place and getting into the semi-final.
Oh, yeah, mate. She wasn't pretty, but we did what we had to.
And that was losing by a margin of less than 3.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I wasn't actually sure on the calculations, but come the final whistle, a few of our team members were pretty happy when we looked over at the score benches and they'd done the calculations and said that we were through. Yeah, it was good.
Bit of a nervy start to that game though. 2 penalties with green cards early on. Not how you want to start it. Can you walk us through that? We didn't get a lot of information from the referees on what was really happening there, especially from the live stream. So can you just maybe give us a bit of information on what the call was surrounding those 2?
So our team talk was our big work on is just cutting down mistakes, being a little bit more clinical with our decision making and cutting out fouls and silly turnovers and that sort of thing. So that was our big focus for that game. Starting with 3 green cards in the first 2 minutes and 2 GPSs certainly wasn't our game plan. In terms of the penalties, I'm not actually sure what they were for. I think the first one was because Jeremy was not allowed to get his pass away, which I think was fair enough. It was a very scrappy start to the game with poor communication. And I'm not sure on the second one, sorry.
It's alright, that's more information than what we were able to get from the feed. So, yeah, not the best to start, but you did fight your way back into it, staying quite level for most of the game. They did finish up 1 goal ahead, but was enough to get through on goal difference. Playing the Tigers next in a 4th versus 1st.
Yep, we're looking forward to that game. I think we're quite a well-matched team, sort of skill-wise and size-wise, I guess. We've had a couple of training games against them this week, and I'm pretty excited. I think we can certainly give them a good game.
Yeah, it should be an exciting one coming up for our 3rd game. In between that, we will have the Hippos and the Wolves. But right now, we do have that 5th versus 6th. Still no goals in this second half. But the Bulls have had the majority of the attack for the first few minutes. Lovely shot there from Hergele, just off the bottom corner. Has fallen for the Commandos though, so they do have to race to get back.
He's got a very big fake. He uses his arm, his shoulder and his whole body, which is quite disconcerting as a defender, because you don't really know when the ball's going to come. He's got a good flick shot as well, so he's quite dangerous when he's got the ball. Old Steve-O.
Oh, and lovely feed in from Holmes to Lalio, and they have their goal. Great play from the Commandos, just feeding that inside to the big Frenchman. He has got his 2nd goal for the game. Commandos taking the lead 3 goals to 2.
And you can see Cuppy in the back there giving his team a big, come on guys.
Gianmarco with his trademark early shot. Oh, lovely feed in from Hergele, but just through the hands of his captain.
That was a hopeful push from Mario there. I think the ball was at... Yep, it wasn't even at his nose. When you get pushed by a guy as big as Mario, you tend to go over.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that. Oh, falls nicely for the captain again, feeds it through to Vladimir, but too many paddles in the way. They choose to send it back out again. Has fallen with Gianmarco. Definitely doesn't look like he's going to pass that off, so you know the shot's coming. Over to Claramonte. Oh, the shot just blocked off.
Good block there from Anton.
Nice screen from Vladimir Satarov on Coopers just to push him really deep and wide. And the foul turning over the ball to the Commandos. So Bulls with a lot of time with the ball but unable to get a goal. Commandos still with that 1-goal lead, 3 goals to 2.
Looks like Bulls are going out to a press here.
Yep, they have gone for a full press.
It's good. The Commandos have a bit more weight behind them, but as you might have seen in the introductions, Holger believes that he doesn't need his strength, but more his brains, which is good. And very good shot there. And that's a lot. That's very useful when you're on the press. The Orange team are very fast, and they'll be able to catch them. But if they use their screens, like you saw there, they're free man, they'll get the goals.
Nice drive down the centre from Poe, trying to get the shot through. It falls for Gianmarco and he puts it in.
Got one.
Nice work there from the Italian. Gets his first goal.
Good quick release straight from the water up into the top goal. Top corner? Top goal. Top corner.
I say top corner.
Yeah.
There's only really 1 goal at each end, so.
That's the big thing about canoe polo, is making sure that you do only have 1 goal at each end.
Yeah. It gets a bit confusing if you've got more than one, you don't know which one to go for.
This is true. 1 goalie, three goals at each end, so a bit like canoe polo Quidditch, really.
Yeah.
Be magical.
Yeah, it would be. Does look like the Bulls have switched to a 2-2 in defence now, though. Looking to put a bit more aggression out on the team, but nice feed into Coopers, and the Commandos have another goal. Stretching that lead to 2. And Cuppy just calling his timeout for the half for the Bulls. 3 minutes 12 on the clock remaining in this game. Remember, we do have our semi-finals coming up next. 2nd versus 3rd, Wolves versus Hippos. And then the Blue Helmets taking on the Tigers in a 4th versus 1st.
What would you assume Cuppy is telling the troops at the moment there, Jade?
I think he'd be telling everyone to focus, play to their game plan, work as a team, just keep those wayward shots down, make sure they're patient, setting their screens, creating the space and getting that higher possibility of the shot, high probability shot.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, really. A little bit of wayward balls, some hopeful shots. But like you saw in our game against the Orange this afternoon, their defence is really strong. But you can see Cuppy is saying, that's not what I just said. Unlucky, managed to wrap it under the defender's arm. Oh, good block by Cuppy. Cuppy's actually quite a handy goalie.
Nice quick reflex there from the captain. And the Bulls have gone for their full press again. 2 minutes 40. Lovely pass from Alejandro. Cooper's fumbling the first attempt, but unable to be moved. Gets that space and gets the open goal. Not a lot Gianmarco can do to try and move 120 kilos of German muscle. Down the left-hand side with their goalkeeper, Poe. Lovely feed in to captain. Loose ball, but it does fall for Vicente.
It was unfortunate there. If Cuppy had managed to hold it in his hands, his player was come streaming through into a big gap. That would have been quite a dangerous opportunity there for them.
They're just slipping out of his hand. Commanders will be happy with that though, because they knew the shot was coming. Alejandro feeding in into Coopers. But Poe gets the good save, out for a corner.
No, you got to present the ball first, I think. There you go. A little bit quick with that one.
Again, feeding it straight into Coopers, and he gets it past Poe. Another goal for the big German.
He's just so hard to move inside that 6. You know, he just dips his boat, he's underwater, and you can't do anything. Oh, that's cheeky.
Yeah, that was quite rude. Got a lovely goal there. Just right on the restart.
Sneaky snake.
So 90 seconds left in this game. Score is 7-4. Time for the Bulls to maybe get something back into here, but time slowly or even quickly running out for them now.
The press at CPSL is interesting, is you haven't played with these players much, and so you try to work on your offense and your defense, and the last thing you kind of work on is your press, but communication breaks down fairly quickly. It's getting better, but I think we just need to all work together to...
Great goal there from Stivo Hergele. Mario's just caught, tracking back to goal, facing the wrong way. Powerful shot there from the Dutch player. So 43 seconds left. Bulls going all out. Only have to score 2 to get this to head towards a golden goal. 30 seconds left now. Commandos really just almost playing keepings off. They don't have to score. They just have to hold on to the ball. However, they do get fined Anton Holmes down in front of goal. He's facing the wrong way, but the goal is undefended. Gives it to his captain. Oh, and Edlart's shot blocked and off the bar, and that is it for the game. So the Commandos get the win, 7-5. They will finish in 5th place. The Bulls, despite their late resurgence, will finish in 6th place for CPSL 2019. Great performance from both of them for their final game of the season. And coming up shortly, we will have our semi-final games. Stay tuned for more canoe polo action.
什么让毅力坚定？是什么让情感迸发？是旗帜的美学。
接下来下一场比赛要体现精彩的是身穿绿色球衣的。
Our semi-finals coming up. Second versus third for a spot in the final tomorrow. Caton Hippos taking on the Jawas Wolves. This should be a very interesting game for both these two teams. Very contrasting styles of play. The Wolves having a very tight defense, very structured team play. Hippos relying on individual brilliance from some of their incredible players, Ivan de Bellier, Cole Hawkins, their captain Lucas Pillars. Should be a very interesting game to see how these two teams square up. We do see number. Great to have him back for the previous game due to a red card received in the game prior to it. Red cards receiving a 1-game suspension, including, in addition to sending off for the rest of the current game where they receive that card. Teams lining up for their introductions to their adoring fans and crowd within the Ningbo Olympic Sports Centre. Number 1 for the Jawas Wolves from Poland, Cezary Salmonik. Number 2 from the Netherlands, Roy Dekkers. Number 3 and the captain of the Jawas Wolves from Switzerland, Dario Stern. Number 6 from Spain, Adrian Hamida. Number 8 from France, Leo Manahou. And number 10 from Chinese Taipei, Zhu Xing. Number 11 from Switzerland, Andreas Hug. And number 12 from Great Britain, David McBay. Introducing the Keton Hippos now. Number 1 from Hungary, Miklos Timar. Number 2 from Poland and the captain of the Keton Hippos, Lukas Pillars. Number 3 from New Zealand, Cole Hawkins. Number 4 from Spain, Angel Gordo Herrero. Number 5 from Russia, Ivan Debelyi. Number 8 from the Netherlands, Tjerk Webbers. And number 11 from Australia, Luke Holmes. Our referees for this game, Chen Shenghua from Chinese Taipei and Evan Kong from Singapore. So the Keton Hippos definitely the favourites for this game. Just a very strong team. Some incredible players throughout the squad. Miklos Timar, their number 1. Great inside player, creating screens. Cole Hawkins, number 3. Not as good a season for this second season. Just changing up his role. Not taking as many goals against his play. And there you see number 5, Ivan Debelyi, for both seasons. 25 blocks, 19 steals. This player. For the Wolves, the Swiss duo of Andreas Hug and Dario Stern, still as potent as ever. They have Adrian Chamida in goals now. For the second season, great goalkeeper from Spain. Number 8, Leo Manahu from France. Very powerful shot. We see Luke Holmes, number 11 for the Hippos, playing goalkeeper for their team. He's a regular in goals for Australia at previous Worlds and other competitions. Both teams just having some final words before we get this game underway. And joining me for this first half, captain for season 2 for the Tudor Commandos from Great Britain, Ed Lart. Ed, good to get a final win to finish off the season?
Yeah, really good feeling getting that 5th place, but not what we wanted when we set out in this competition, but it's going to have to do.
How do you feel about that final shot towards the end that you took?
Open goals, my worst nightmare. I see them and I just fluff it every time. So
unlucky to get one final goal against your name, but you did get the win as a team. That's what matters the most.
Played really well as a team, really worked the ball well. Had a little talk when we were 2-0 down, just said, let's win this, boys.
Great work from the captain of the Wolves, Darius Stern, to win that charge start. Any predictions for this game for me, Ed?
I think I'm thinking maybe Wolves might have it, but I don't know. Will be a tough one. Played both teams in training, very strong teams. Drew to them earlier, so hopefully, don't know. I think the Wolves might bag it, but who knows?
Yeah, with such contrasting playing styles between the two teams, it is hard to tell who will come out on top. We'll find out in just under 20 minutes at the end of this game. First minute almost gone. No goal yet. Choke Webers in the centre, feeds it across to Gordo Herrero. First shot, but it's blocked down for the Wolves. And Darius Stern racing down that right hand side. He is met by Luke Holmes, slowing him down, gets the block in as well. Nice little quick paddle flick though. Lucky for the Wolves to retain possession there. Excellent work from the Hippos to shut down that fast break though. They'd like to score the first goal. They don't want to be chasing this game from the start. Manahu's shot blocked over for a corner. Lovely screen there from David McBay. Stern's shot blocked by Gordo Herrero. Does fall kindly for him as well. So now the Hippos have a chance to work the ball up the field. Unorthodox pass, but it finds its way to Timar. He's drawn two players. There is some space on the left-hand side if he can feed the ball round with Holmes. Across to DeBelli. Gets it inside to Gordo Herrero. Angle's a bit too steep, but he bombs. Webers down the centre. He loves to shoot, so he gets the goal as well. Lovely shot there down the centre from Chuck Webers from the Netherlands. Round Hamida's paddle into that right-hand side netting.
Nice early start for Hippos there. If they win this, it will be the second final they've made in the CPSL league.
Second consecutive as well. They did find themselves the winners last year, playing a final match against the Blue Helmets. There is a chance for that to repeat itself this year with the Blue Helmets coming up against the Tigers in the next game. Nice work from Gordo Herrero to intercept that. Manhoot does have the ball though, but Gordo Herrero gets another block in. Great work from the Spaniard. It is a Wolves sideline ball though. Immediately switches to the other side to Hamida. Holmes is trying to feed that ball out, but Manahoot manages to scrape it back in. Shot across the face of goal. Wolves still in possession. Manhoot across. Trying to find Salmonik. He's running out of space, and he does put the ball out over the end line, so it's a goalkeeper ball for the Hippos. Hippos taking the time to get a few substitutions going. We see Pillars and Hawkins on the field now. Verbers feeds it into Herrero. Gets it across to Jabelli. Over to Hawkins. Oh, great work from the Kiwi. Lovely goal. He's going to be very happy with that. It is only his second goal of this season. Two goals from 18, not the stats that he would like. But he did score plenty in the first half. Again, with that change in role, becoming more of a playmaker for his team, with the dynamics changing with the addition of the Season 2 players. Hamida with the cheeky little dink, but blocked out by Luke Holmes. Wolves with the corner. Ball with Deckers, across to his captain, sends it back to him now. Hamida's driving down that left-hand side. Oh, and his shot just across the face. Will be a Hippos ball. With their captain, Lucas Pillars. Brief interception from the Wolves there, but has fallen back to the Hippos. 4 minutes left in this first half. Hippos do have a 2-0 lead against the Wolves. The Wolves' defence still looking quite tight, but they have struggled to look threatening when they have been in attack down the other end. Pillars feeds it through to Herrero.
Oh, really nice shot off the bar in.
Excellent goal there from the Spaniard. Great work from the Hippos team in attack. Creating that screen, getting it through to Herrero. He's only got one paddle to beat, and that's the keeper's, and he puts it around it against that right hand upright. So 3-0, approaching 3 minutes left. Manahood's shot, his pass out, intercepted by Debellier. Now got a fast break going on. Not a lot of space, but does Herrero have room? Just tries to feed it back out, but referee has called that it crossed the goal line. Excellent goal there from Dario Stern from Switzerland, the captain. We saw Hug and Xing just creating that wedge down the centre, giving him that space to get that shot through. Very fast shot, not a lot Luke Holmes could do about that. Debellier cross to Webers. An excellent goal there from the Dutch player. That's 6 goals for Chirk-Webers. And the Wolves just not being able to deal with this Hippos attack, have called a timeout. They're going to just go through a few things. Ed, any ideas on what they can do to stop the Hippos just creating that space and getting those goals?
Just not really letting these players into the zone and trying to stick a man on these outside shots coming in and just not make mistakes. Leo should have took a second there and taken the pass a bit better, but it's hard when you're in that situation. I think, just if they want to win this game, they've just got to keep composure and just go through and smash it.
Do you think they need to change up any formation? Do you think the 3-1 defence is working for them, or with a few goals down, whether they should be switching to a 2-2 to put a bit more aggression out on those Hippos drivers?
Maybe switch to a 2-2, but then you don't want to be chasing too much and then leaving your back 2 men. You might have 3 men, and 3-on-2 is a lot harder to defend than 4-on-5. So we'll see. But 3 goals is a long way to climb up, so we'll see how this game goes.
We do see the Hippos there using a 2-2 in their own defence. Hamida does find some space on the inside of Timar, but Luke Holmes has the block in goals. The Wolves, one of the smaller and lighter of the teams. They do have a lot of pace, but not a lot of body weight to move those defenders out of the way. So the Hippos 2-2 is quite successful to just shut down all of the Wolves' drives, which is where a lot of their attacking play is coming from. Wolves just not really having enough creativity to find some space to work on everything, and just a wayward pass there from Stern. And again, we have another fast break on. This one's with Miklos Timar. Gordo Herrera's on the inside. Feeds the ball through to him. Zing's racing backwards. Back to Timar. Oh, and his shot is wide. You can see the frustration on his face for missing that. It was an excellent play. Xing had his paddle going every direction. Just needed to get that shot on target. 40 seconds left in this first half. See whether the Wolves can get one back. Hamida's got plenty of space on that right hand side. Try and feed the ball around to him.
Unlucky to bounce off the top bar there.
Luke Holmes with the long shot. Only 3 seconds left. Fell short. Got 2 seconds left on the clock now. Lucas Pillar's just pressuring Stern. And not enough time to get that shot off. Short anyway. So the Hippos will go into the halftime break with a 3-goal lead, leading 4 goals to 1 in this first semi-final game.
Always on，全力以赴。
All right, we have Cesar Salamanik
Oh,
and Mikos Timar, number 1 from both teams.
Yeah, this looks a bit nasty, I think, on the replay. But he didn't get the ball, unfortunately.
So yeah, Hippos with the ball. Captain of the Bulls, Anthony Berenson-Vanoy, joining me again for commentary.
I love it. I love it. Can't lose this.
That's true. Disappointing final game.
Really disappointing. Wasn't really enjoyable. The team sort of just fell apart.
Fortunately, summing up 2019 CPSL for the Bulls for both seasons.
Pretty much. Sounds like it was pretty much the same last year as well, 2018, but just sure what to do about that.
It is a tough one for these teams. All the players from different parts of the world, speaking different languages. We have had a few players in some teams that don't speak any English. Most players, however, do have enough to be able to have a good team talk, come up with a plan, but unfortunately, Kapi, your team is an example where sometimes it doesn't always work out.
Oh, we've had plans, it just has to be executed. And you try, and I could probably point out in the last game, oh, I love the shot from outside. I called a timeout and I pretty much dictated on what I wanted done, and there was a boxing on our left-hand side, on their right. Boxing and Spiker was behind me and the ball went completely the wrong way. It was just explained everything what happens with the Bulls. We say one thing and we do completely opposite.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Oh, that was a lovely driving shot there by himself.
Great work for the number 4 for the Hippos, Angel Gordo Herrero.
"5-1. The Wolves have got a hill to climb.
Yeah, Hippos starting to run away with this game.
Had nothing much else bar the shot.
Wolves just really struggling to break down Hippo's defence and create that space. Nice work from Stern to feed it into Manahu, but again he's got too much pressure. He's just having to force a low percentage shot. Have to commend the energy and the commitment from the Hippos in defence though.
Got a nice, quite tight 2-2, and they seem to be working well with each other to try and cover the drives again. That low drive, there was 2 of them there, but not really over-committing. Oh, he does it again from outside.
2 goals to the Swiss maestro Dario Stern, both from very similar places, straight over the full defence. Both of those with a lovely wedge screen from his teammates in the top of the Hippos' defence. So they have found one attacking technique that seems to work, but
looking for the push out now. I think they must realise that time is against them, and sitting back for defence is just not quite on your man, letting him come out there and just costly.
yeah, so lovely conversion there from Chuck Webers, but great lofted pass there. I think it was from Cole Hawkins. It did almost look like he was going for the shot, but it fell nicely for the Dutch number 8. Hamida in front of goal for the Wolves again. He's got 3 paddles to get through. Tries to put it out the back of his hand, but blocked easily by the Hippos. So yeah, we do see the Wolves pressing out. There are 6 minutes left in this game, but they're 4 goals down. They really need to get back into this quickly if they're going to have any chance of making that final match.
Indeed.
They will have a 3rd place playoff if they do lose, but obviously every team here is looking for that spot in the final and that chance of winning that lovely big gold ring.
Lovely work by Lucas there. Just taking the heat, taking the pressure, giving himself some space. Nailing it in the coffin.
A bit of frustration showing from Darius Stern there. He knows he stuffed that one up. He needed to keep his paddle in the water. Been putting pressure against Pillars. But instead he was waving his paddle up in the air. Pillars managed to get that space, get the shot off.
Quite often you get the think, oh, I'll just give him a push, but you're pushing him away. You really just need to keep the pedal in the water, turn him away from goal and stay next to him. So it just makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's really hard to do that in the heat of the moment. You think, I just pedal in there, I can make this block, but nice goal there before by the Wolves.
On that, Earl trying to scoop it underneath.
Now they have to go.
Decker's pass,
Wolves have to go. The clock was not their friend.
Lovely by Manahu. Great block there from the Hippos. Four minutes 30.
It's not undoable. It's one thing I've been really frustrated with in this game is that it's really hard to call some of those corner balls. The refs aren't picking up that it's hitting a pedal, and it's just sort of the teams aren't also playing fair. They're saying, yeah, oh no, it wasn't me, but frustration, the refs can only call what they see, so.
Well, it's nice to see a little bit of sportsmanship there from Luke Holmes, goalkeeper for the Hippos, just putting his hand up, letting the referees know that he did touch that to award the corner. We did also see that in the previous game with Anton Holmes, but yes, not everyone.
Did it myself as well. On the fast break, I sort of touched it out.
Loose there, but the Hippos still hold on to it.
Probably a well turned down shot. They just wind the clock down. Oh, Lucas Pillars again just absorbs the pressure and whacks another nail in their coffin.
Yeah, so 8-3, 5-goal lead now. And the Wolves have called their timeout. They really need to come up with some form of plan if they want to get back into this. And it seems that they haven't called a timeout. They're just going to continue for the remaining 3 minutes.
The Wolves can't afford sloppy passes like that. They really need to make it count. A couple of quick goals here might change the outlook. I think over the last couple of days with playing yellow the other day and also their first game, they've just started to find their groove again. think they'll be a hard team to beat in the final if they make it there, which is looking quite likely from this angle.
Not quite the shot that you want to be taking.
David McBay getting called for the foul there. Referee thought he probably hit his hand.
And again, it's down to Pillars to that anchor. Excellent work there from Ivan Debele to outpace Cesar Salamanik and get the pass, put it into the open goal. But again, that's 3 times Lucas Pillars sitting in that anchor position right underneath goal, and his opponent on the Wolves has just not been putting pressure on his boat, allowing him to drift backwards, get enough space to, for the first 2 we saw him get the goal, and for that one have an easy uncontested pass through to his teammate for an open goal. So the Hippos have called a timeout. 1 minute 47 left on the clock. Very big margin between these 2 teams now. Game pretty much done and dusted.
Pretty much.
So it does look like the Hippos have made their 2nd final in a row for CPSL.
Well deserved as well. They've had a good game.
Yeah, a very ruthless and thorough performance here. Wolves just not having any response.
Not quite sure what the timeout's about. They seem deep in discussion. And maybe just trying to work on a couple of things and possibly looking forward to they get their final. Maybe they have a goal of not letting them get another goal. Making them work for the ball, and
they know that the Wolves will be pressing. Maybe it might have just been a bit of a chat to talk about exactly what they're going to do to hold this ball off them.
Bit of a rest.
Gordo Herrera's found some space.
Much better press from the Wolves. There's pressure on the ball carrier.
A little bit too much aggression from the Wolves there, just giving up the foul.
Not 100% sure what for. It was plenty of water for him to roll in.
I think it may have been putting a bit of pressure on him before he'd made it all the way back up after going into the water. But it'll be exactly what the Hippos want, because it will mean a reset of that shot clock, and here we have another reset. Though that goal will not stand because the foul had occurred earlier. Referees had deemed no advantage, so it does look like
GPS.
we have a penalty here. If this is the first time you're tuning into CPSL 2019, the penalty rules are different to standard ICF rules. It is a ice hockey style penalty where they start from the halfway line. There is a goalkeeper in place. They'll have 10 seconds to shoot. The goalkeeper has to stay on their line. The penalty only has a minimum of a green card, so not necessarily a yellow card for the penalty. Off the bar there from Gordo Herrera, which means now open play has resumed, but he does put it in the net. Unlucky there from Hamida to be able to shut down that second attempt.
Once again, perfect example of pedal in the water and keep turning him.
Shows how easy it is to lose those fundamentals
Yeah.
in the heat of such a big game.
And the Wolves just have no reply.
So yeah, 10-3 now, 34 seconds left. See whether the Wolves can get one consolation goal in the final seconds of this game. However, some loose passes there, making it even harder for themselves.
There'll be a couple of angry people, I believe, after they get off the water.
Yep. Barry Stern, their captain, trying to do it all himself. A little bit of hero mode. 10 seconds left. And a loose pass. It is picked up by Hug. Fed through to Salomonic. Nice block there from Luke Holmes. 2 seconds left. One final corner for the Wolves. Hippos putting some pressure out on the players. And the block is in place. And that is it for the game. So the Hippos into the final for the 2019 CPSL with a thorough demolishing of the Jaguars Wolves. Great performance from the green team.
Indeed. It was a complete performance. They kept the foot on the throat all the way to the end.
Wolves just had absolutely nothing to give in their attack, just unable to break that down. Their defence not as strong as we've seen in the previous games of both seasons, but that is the results. We have one final game, the Blue Helmets against the Tigers. Cuppy, thank you very much for joining me.
That's all right. It's my pleasure. I actually quite enjoy this commentary thing now that I got quite used to it.
It's good to have you, so might see you again for one of the games tomorrow.
Maybe. I've got nothing else to do, so... Thanks,
Thank you
Jade.
very much.
Congratulations on the win. How are you? You guys played really well as a team. You had composure, you kept playing, you kept attacking. 10 goals. Impressive.
Yes, I think that is one of the things here. That it's to try to play active. For us, this month is still continue playing. We do mistakes in all the other matches. Playing together, but stop attacking. We are winning and we check this.
Yes, it really shows you guys are now a team, and I think the Tigers or all the Blues might struggle to play win against you in the finals. So congratulations, and
Thank you so much.
Final game for this evening's session. Our second semi-final match. The Leader Tigers taking on the Yunnan Blue Helmets. The Tigers have been the constant performers for both seasons. Just one loss. Blue Helmets, they have had 4 losses in this second season. They've lost all 4 of their games. However, 3 very strong wins in the second weekend of season 1 has given them enough points and goal difference to go through to this semi-final match. However, this is as far as losses will take them. They will have to get a win tonight. They have shown that when they are on with good form, they can take anyone. We'll just see whether they can take down the Leader Tigers tonight. Introducing the players now. Number 1 from France for the Blue Helmets, David Blayo. Number 3 also from France, Valentin Gori. Number 4 from Italy, Tommaso Ricciardi. Number 6 from Germany, Patrick Lawrence. Number 7 from Singapore, Li Xingfu. Number 8 from Australia, Stephen Hubbard. Number 9 from Spain, Ivan Hoyofuentes. And the captain of the Blue Helmets, number 10 from New Zealand, Alex Lohan. The captain of the Leader Tigers, number 1 from Australia, Adam Hoffmeyer. Number 2 from Russia, Vladislav Skomarikov. Number 3 from Chinese Taipei, Wei Chen Cao. Number 4 from the Netherlands, Lucas Reinders. Number 8 from New Zealand, Joshua Vivian. Number 11 from Germany, Tim Rieke. And number 12 from France, Benjamin Dolbeck. Our referees for this third and final game for this evening, Stephen Watts from Great Britain and Alan Winter from Wales. All right, and joining me in commentary for the first half of this game, just being handed a very hefty defeat to knock them out to that third place. Not making the full final, but One more game to play. Wolves, David McBay.
I mean, what can you say? We got well beaten there by a much better team in the game. Obviously frustrating, but there's not much you can do. We went down, just punished us every single. We haven't lost the game by, I don't think, anything more than 1 or 2 goals in the entire competition. So, yeah, they were defensive structure pretty early on. Just we didn't get the blocks that we've been getting in previous games, and they just got away from us. So, but all credit to the Hippos. That was a really big performance from them, and they're going to be a formidable opponent for either of these teams in the final.
Yeah, very strong performance from the Hippos.
Yeah, and they haven't been really firing on full cylinders for a while, and that was definitely a almost flawless performance from their point of view.
Yeah, definitely harks back to their opening game of Season 1 where they demolished, I believe it was, the Blue Helmets. A very convincing win there by about a very similar margin of 7 goals or so. But the Blue Helmets here looking to turn the tables on these Tigers. See if they can book a spot in the final for the second time as well for them. Last year, the final being between the Hippos and the Blue Helmets. We'll see whether we have a repeat or whether the leader Tigers can maintain their dominance and make it through to the final for tomorrow afternoon.
And I'm pretty sure this was the semi-final game last time, and it was a bit of a shock win for the Blue Helmets then, so they'll be hoping to do the same now.
Yes, and the Tigers not looking as strong as they did in their first season. Team game just not being as settled. Holes appearing in their defence. A few other cracks appearing, especially in their press when being pressured by the other team. So we'll see how this game unfolds.
So we're away.
Great work from Vladislav Skomarikov to win that charge start for the Tigers. Unlucky for Hoya Fuentes. Ball nearly fell for him, but just over the other side of Skomarikov's boat.
So I hope for your sakes at home we have a much closer semi-final to watch here, even though this is first against fourth in the table. The Blues had a fierce game earlier on today though, so fatigue may be a factor towards the end. Much less of a game for the Tigers against the Hippos, although it did end up being a good one.
Sloppy there, but it has very enthusiastic pass there.
Didn't quite find its target, just a metre off to the left.
Good to see are ready to take this game on very early. Fortunately, that pass not making it, and the Tigers settling with the ball now. Lovely block from Gori. Does fall for Skomarikov. They have a reset on the shot clock, so they'll send the ball back out again.
Nice pass that inside.
Excellent goal there for Joshua Vivian, number 8 for the Tigers.
Now Alex Lowen there came in to try and cut him off, but in the process drove him straight into his own keeper. So if you're wondering at home why no foul was given there, taken and finished by Vivian. So the Tigers take an early lead. Fantastic pass down the middle, spotted by Adam Hoffmeyer.
Lovely pass in, it's with Gori. He's got 2 paddles to beat and he gets it. Lovely work from the Frenchman, number 3.
Yeah, did really well to take that ball and then slip past the player in the process, because I don't think he was quite expecting it to take it so cleanly. looking for the quick shot here, but it isn't on. Blue helmet's a little slow in coming back into position. Some subs being made now. Tommaso is on the top.
We are seeing a different defensive technique from the blue helmets though.
Yeah,
they're just sitting in a 3-1 at the moment, but they have been experimenting. Oh, lovely goal there from Skomarikov. The blue helmets have been experimenting with a few other defensive techniques, so we'll see them throughout the game, no doubt. Excellent work there from the Russian, feeding the ball in and putting it away in that left-hand side.
Yeah, it's really clinical passing from the Tigers there. There were holes in that 3-1. It was quite open and they capitalised on it. Blue helmets will need to tighten up.
Leo Fuentes sends the ball back out again. Angle's a bit too tight. Ricciardi back to Lawrence.
It's a gap on the right-hand side here. If the blue helmets can work it, they see it. Pass it over. It's well covered by Svomakov. Lawrence tries to take it down the back, but he's taking a man with him, so there is space over that side if they can work it back. Goes for the shot.
Oh, excellent goal there from... Was it Hoyo Fuentes?
It was, yeah. That was a poacher's shot. Shot clock running out. Hoffmeyer will be disappointed with that. Currently the top saves goalkeeper, but that's one he should be getting all day, especially when knowing that the shot clock was almost out. Goalkeepers always have an eye on that, looking for the long shot, so maybe he'll look to make it up straight away. Drives down the middle, decides not to shoot.
So 2 goals each. Very even contest so far.
Yeah, just over 4 minutes gone in this first half.
Oh, a loose fumble there from Skomarikov. He's fighting to get it back, but...
Yeah, trying to work their top goal scorer in there. He drove into the player's side as he was trying to get that ball back, so the foul was called. Blue helmets are away on the break. Leader Tiger have got their full defence back though, so blue helmets will set up for the attack.
Lawrence down that right-hand side.
It's a nice screen there, but it's disappeared. Well covered by Tim Reek. Oh, sorry, Blunt.
Nice feed in by Ricciardi.
Really nice passes, good finish. That's a really nice team goal there.
Excellent teamwork and a great finish there from Xingfu. He'll be happy with that. He hasn't scored many so far this competition, but...
Yeah, he's a bit of a grafter in the zone to make space for others, but... was left unmarked there for the ball inside.
Be very happy with that.
So 3-2 to the blue helmets. And for the first time in quite a few games, the Tigers find themselves down by a goal.
No, except for their last game, they have found themselves down in every game this season, having very poor performances in their first halves, but chasing them back in their second. So we'll see that most likely they will continue that form. Vivian's shot here, not successful. Don't know whether there's a potential foul there though.
Interesting, the referee is calling over 2 of the players here. Must have been having a little personal fight. A few fouls both ways. Yeah.
Just referee's asking for a new ball.
It was an apology and a wry smile from both players there. In about 5 seconds, I imagine. Yep, straight back into contact. So, just past the first half of this game. Hoffmeyer lays it around the back to Reek.
Lovely block there from Blayo.
Yeah, and that's one of Hoffmeyer's real skills. He brings himself into contact, and it looks like he's just taking the ball into somewhere where he can never get it out, but he's got massively long arms that he wraps around the back of players to get the ball away.
Wei Chen Finney across to Hoffmeyer. An excellent goal there from the captain.
Yeah.
Speaking of those long arms, he whips the ball all the way around Patrick Lawrence's body.
Round his shoulder. And into the
into
top
that
right. That is a
side
great
netting.
finish. He'll be really pleased with that. Even more so when he sees the replay, I imagine. So 3-3, and we have a real semi-final on here. Neither team looking rattled at the moment, both look quite composed. Don't think Tigers would have expected to walk it by any means, but will have hoped to be in a better position than they are at the moment. Nicely worked in there for Lowen. Will he go for the underarm that we've seen before? He doesn't, but it ricochets. Oh, it looked like it was going to ricochet into play there for Ivan, but it does not. So corner is given. Patrick Lawrence driving it in, goes for the shot. That was a little risky. He had quite a few players between him and the goal. Yeah, 3 sets of paddles to get through. Ooh, misjudged pass.
Gori picks it up.
Yeah, cleaned up nicely. Vladislav was going to be onto that. There's a timeout called here. Not sure why. Oh, we're restarting. Maybe there was another ball on a pitch, or maybe a bumper loss. Anyway, we play on. Ivan takes a shot on the left-hand side with no options left. Again, he gets the ball back. Blue Helmet's starting to take 1 or 2 riskier shots, you feel?
Yeah, definitely looking to try and get the lead on this scoreboard.
That's a much better drive. Fouled in the process of trying to lay it off to Low in there in the middle. Their box shooter.
They give the ball to Hoya Fuentes.
Ooh, did he take that? He has been adjudged to take that. He fumbled it in the process, but they get it back, so comes back out. Patrick Lawrence on his favoured right. Oh, that's a really good block. We'll give him credit for that and say that he read it down low, but yeah, no, that's fair. That's really well read.
Just over 2 minutes left.
And we've been at 3-3 for a while now. Blues putting a lot of pressure on.
Lawrence again in his favourite spot. Takes another deflection out for a corner.
So the Blues are a little trigger happy now. Lowen to take the corner. Goes for the drive down the middle to draw the player, passes it off to Lowen. No pass inside, so comes back out.
45 on the shot clock, they've got plenty of time still.
Looks to widen the right hand side and draw the player slightly. Tim Reek is interested on this side. Pass goes all the way through, makes it just, lays it off. Not much time left now though. And that went cleanly over the top. Lawrence protesting that there was a paddle in there. Looks from the replay that there was, but not seen. So the break is on. Really nice ball forward to Tim Reek, who finishes. That is a fantastic pass. Hopefully we'll get a replay of that. Tim Reek came all the way up the pitch, looking over his shoulder, waiting for that pass to come. Caught it with the paddle. I don't know who the assist was. I just saw the ball in the air, but... So after, must be 3 minutes of Blues pressure there. They weren't quick enough back when the ball dropped the other way. And the Tigers take the lead.
That has been a strong characteristic of the Tigers throughout CPSL 2019. their ability to pounce on the ball and get a fast break against play.
I really hope that wasn't intentional, Jay.
It most certainly was, David.
So 50 seconds left on the half. Tommaso Riccardi looking for the shot on the right hand side, isn't there. Lawrence now on the left hand side. He's already scored from this side of the pitch. Passes it back to Ivan. Lays it back off again. No shot coming, so 19 seconds now. Tommaso drives, no pass inside for him there, just 3 Tigers players. It's nice passing around the back here, but they're not working any opportunities, and Lawrence is forced into a shot without speed and through paddles. So, oh, and the Tigers are away again. Does he look? Vivian can't make the pass. That's really well recovered there by the helmets. 9 seconds left on the clock. There is time to get this shot away. There is no keeper. Tommaso goes for it. Too low. If he had put that on target, it stood a chance.
I'd say it's a very poor shot there from Tommaso Ricciardi. Wasn't on target at all. And he did have 2 more players downfield that he could have got the ball to with a better shooting option.
So 3 seconds on the clock here, so they'll have to do something pretty special to make this. Pass gets made, shots made.
Block is in, and that is the first half done. So the Lady Tigers with a narrow lead, 4 goals to 3 in this first half. Still anyone's game. Blue Helmets with more of the possession, more of the attack. Enrique.
Australian versus German. Ball pops into the air. No one else can play that. Yeah, so a recent update to the rules says that the 2 sprinting players have to gain possession of the ball before anyone else does. that situation there. The ball ends up firing away, and another Tigers player, not Tim Reek, who went for the sprint, picked it up. So the Blue Helmets win possession at the start of this game and have the opportunity to level it up. Nice passing there. Lowen couldn't take it though. It just came off his helmet. Wasn't expecting it. It's a shame. It was really, really well worked. There's a foul being given here. I think obstruction on the way back. So a fresh minute. There's only a couple of seconds used anyway. Hoffmeyer pops it over the top. Tim Reek shapes for the shot, but then passes it back round.
Tigers looking uncharacteristically reserved in attack.
Yeah,
they have been known for taking their shots very early in that shot clock, not taking the full 60 seconds, but choosing to shoot as soon as the opportunity presents itself.
Oh, that's a finish.
Great goal there from the German Tim Rieke, number 11 for the Tigers.
He was fairly static there, but gets so much power on the ball. Right into the top right netting. So the challenge has been laid down now. 2 goals to get. This could go the way of the last semi-final if the Tigers get another one, because the Helmets will be forced to push. It's a nice shot over the top there by Riccardi, but blocked. Too soon in the play to be taking that kind of shot. They can do that with little time left in the shot clock. Blue Helmets need to keep their heads. There's a gap here on the right hand side.
So a foul there, and most likely a green card for Wei Chen. Pushing Tommaso onto Tim Rieke's boat. Dangerous tackle.
Oh. Goal's given.
Excellent goal there from number 3, Valentin Gori.
Must have slipped off the bar into the netting and back out again.
Out of nowhere, just through Skomarakov's hands. Hoffmeyer didn't know anything about it. I think he was too focused on that inside pass.
So that's one of the 2 required, and we're back to a 1-goal lead for the leader Tiger.
Does get the pass to his teammate. Have a loose pass to Rieke.
Yeah, 2 slightly loose passes there from Hoffmeyer. That's a lovely pass though.
And a good block from Blayo to stop Wei for the Blue Helmets. So Blue Helmets using a little bit of a different defensive technique.
Yeah, they were creeping forward there though, and Hoffmeyer comfortably saw the man and played the pass straight away. No hesitation. It was a good opportunity missed.
And there is a fast break on. However, a loose ball there from Lucas Rangers is picked up by Patrick Lawrence.
Could he have caught that ball? He went for a used to head, but ended up careering off to the left-hand side. So Blue Helmets get the attack. Lawrence working really, really hard on the right-hand side of the zone there.
Tommaso with the shot. It is picked up by Skomarakov. It is a turnover there. Will the Tigers look for another fast break?
No, they're making a couple of subs, so again, happy to use this one.
Smart play from the Tigers, getting Joshua Vivian back onto the field. They will want his weight and boat control in the zone to create some screens. So you can see he's just harassing Val, who's playing top for the Blue Helmets. The Blue Helmets have switched back to a 3-1.
Playing a very high 3-1 mode. There are Tigers. Vivian is sitting right in behind there. Now trying to work the play. He's very open on that side if they can work the ball to him. Fumble there. Just rolled along the front of the boat from Vladislav. Lawrence does manage to get the ball away. There is a break on here if he can get it over to the left-hand side.
Unlucky from Hoya Fuentes.
There was a foul in the process there, but it's now on down the other end. Reinders goes for it.
Oh, it's off the top bar. So very open play there, end-to-end action. He did have Belayo completely beating goals, so really lucky for the Blue Helmets that Reinders' shot wasn't on target.
Yeah, arguably has to do slightly better there.
So despite that open play, score hasn't changed.
Shot coming here. Lays it off to Lowen. Good save. Foul is called against the Tigers. Lowen must have got his hand on the ball first before it was taken away. Bio in the middle. Passes it off to Ivan. He wants to take up his position further inside where he believes the foul is. Referees are placing him. He's now inside with the keeper. Lays it off to the other side. Slow ball. Great finish that.
So these evening games seem to be featuring the Frenchman a great deal. This one, Valentin Gori. Some excellent goals there from number 3 for the Blue Helmets.
Just caught the goalkeeper out. Expecting a quick, fast shot.
Excellent team play there. Good composure to not just try and fire that ball through 4 paddles, but instead play it smart, send it out to the other side, where Val really just had an open goal with the right angle over the top of the one paddle that wasn't set up.
I'm pretty sure if you asked 95% of the players if he was going to shoot that or not, he would have done so. There's been a timeout here, and a green card has been given to Lawrence. Not sure what happened here for the timeout. We'll wait to see what the referees signal after this.
So scores are level, 4 minutes 14.
It's not a team timeout, so it must just be for a card being given. Paddle foul was called. Still 5 players on the pitch. So maybe they were just checking there whether that was a second green card. Sorry, we can't tell you exactly why the game was paused there, but Tigers went back in defence and came back again, so we play on. Down to 4 minutes now on the game clock.
This is a very exciting semi-final between these two teams.
Yeah, next goal is really, really important.
Vlad sending it into 3 for the Blue Helmets.
Top goal scorer.
Potentially a fast break here. Valentin is ahead.
He is free. He's gone.
Hoffmeyer is
one-on-one.
goals.
Oh, clutch save. Big, big save for the Tigers.
Great work from the Australian and their captain.
He's not really even back in position. Just narrows the space. Makes it difficult for the player. Pass could have been better, as to be said. Ball over the top. No angle left. Passes it inside. One more pass free. Doesn't find Blayo, goes for it. Corner is given. Blayo is free there.
Great save block by Tim Rike.
Ball is going to come back over the other side. I think yes, so it's the sideline throw, not a corner, so it has to be taken from that side of the pitch. Patrick Lawrence at the back. Lays it off down the right-hand side.
Switched over to Hoya Fuentes. Back to that top roll. Now with Gori. Patrick has taken up his favourite spot on that right-hand side. He does love driving in on that 45 and whipping that ball in with his left arm.
Oh, brilliant pass.
Perfect feed in.
Oh,
Unlucky there from the Blue Helmets captain, but it does fall kindly for Blayo, so they do get the reset of the shot clock and possession of the ball.
Low in there going for the punch shot.
It has been very successful this season. He did have Hoffmeyer beat, he just put
Shot
it
coming.
there.
Good block there from Vivian. Not sure it was the right option that time. He had the whole goal to choose, he was one-on-one. We saw him use it to beat 5 paddles and get under them. And a really, really impressive goal from a foul, but that was a massive opportunity. Just waiting for the ball to make it back to the corner. Game's back on. Leo goes for the no-look pass and Rick reads it perfectly.
Yeah, really loose.
Oh, breakers on. Oh, this... Vladislav Skomikov finishes. That is a really bad mistake to make and punish the ultimate way by the Tigers.
Really unlucky for the Blue Helmets, just needed more cover, especially if the corner is being pressured like that.
Game is not over. Time's been called. There's been a foul there by Vivian on Lawrence. Green card is given to Vivian. Referee will place where the foul is. 2 minutes to tie up this game. Still a long time at the CPSL because timeout is called for every stop in play. Great finish there.
Excellent goal for Hoya Fuentes. Brings it back level. 1 minute 39 on the shot clock. Sorry, on the regular clock. Tigers will have their full 60 seconds.
One minute 40, 6 all. We've had 2 goals in 30 seconds. Will the Tigers run down the clock and go for it?
Blue Helmets using a very fluid defence. Really looking for those dangerous players. Great work to turn Hoffmeyer. Is seeming to put a little bit of confusion into the Tigers. They're not being able to set up those strong drives that they do love. Does feed it through to Vivian though.
Ooh, block has been called. They're going to have a foul close to the middle under the net. Shot clock has reset, so 49 seconds left on the clock and the shot clock to the end of this half. Big opportunity under the middle, doesn't play it. So this will be it. Expect the Tigers to run this down for 1 play.
40 seconds now.
Nervous times for the Blue Helmets.
Under 30 seconds now, 25. Tigers just looking to hold on
loose
to it.
pass.
Pressure on Hoffmeyer. He's lost his paddle. 13 seconds, 12 seconds. They have to get the ball up quickly. Rike with the long shot. It is under though. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Don't need the replay right now. Ball has gone long.
And that is the end of the second half. We will now go to golden goal. Tense times in this semi-final. But what a game we have on our hands.
Yeah, so a much better semi-final this one for the neutral than the last one. What a period we're going to have here. This would be a big win for the Blue Helmets. Just to give some context, the first season for the Blue Helmets, they lost almost every game until they came up against the double against the Wolves, which they took, and they've been climbing the ladder since then. Obviously today, they were the team out of the 3 teams that snuck in. The other 3 teams at the top of the table were safe. There were 3 teams fighting out for that last 4th place spot. And the Blue Helmets came through. They lost to the Bulls, but kept the goal difference down significantly enough that they went through. So, on paper, Tigers are the firm favourites here. This is the first really big test for them. There hasn't been a game for them in a while that was on the line or meant anything anywhere near as much as this did.
So those of you haven't seen Golden Goal before in canoe polo, they're given 5-minute halves before they switch ends, but usually we never need full 5 minutes of the first half anyway, because as soon as that first goal is scored, the game is over. So very crucial for this charge start, as the team that starts with the ball will obviously have the first chances to attack and finish the game on their terms.
Yeah, and referees just using this opportunity to take on a bit of water. They've obviously just reffed a full game and now have the most intense period as well to referee. So just a small break here whilst they set up. Any decisions made now are really, really key. This is the moment to choose your strongest starting 5. Your fastest sprinter. Don't jump the line. If you jump the line at the start, it's a yellow card, which will surely cost you the game. We're ready to go. It's Riccardi versus Skormakov.
Oh, great work there for the Italian. Blue Helmets have won the ball. They will start an attack. We'll see whether they can put the game to bed.
So what attacking structure will they play with here?
Lawrence is going inside.
So is Lowen. 2 box players.
Riccardi
down the middle.
Riccardi. Is he going for the shot? He feeds it to Lawrence. Shot blocked. It falls for Lowen. And
Lowen takes it! Golden goal win for the Yonhan Blue Helmets from the captain with the punch shot into the top right-hand corner. And out of nowhere, one of the teams who was on the precipice of being out of the competition this morning has made it through. That is a huge win for the Blue Helmets. And the favourites of the competition are out at the same stage as last year.
Once again, we have a final on our hands tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, of the Yonhan Blue Helmets taking on the Caton Hippos for the 2nd year in a row.
I don't think there can be any complaints from the Tigers there. The Blue Helmets really stepped up in that game. And the celebrations afterwards are justified.
Excellent performance from both teams. Tigers ruthless on the counter-attack.
See you tomorrow for the final.
Tomorrow, our third place final between the Wolves and the Tigers, and then our big final between the Blue Helmets and the Caton Hippos. Join us again tomorrow where we see who will be the champions.